Earl, Earl, Earl. Thank you. I knew you knew what you was doing. Just do it right while I make the little bit of the show here. All right. Well, howdy. So, welcome to Hillbilly Redneck Lounge. We got yourself that fencing project I was telling you about until I got to the situation where I didn't have enough space on my phone. So, what we're going to do is we're going to drive some T-posts. That's the part that holds the fence up. And the object of the game is basically get them deep enough to hold and as straight as you can possibly get it. Now, there's a trick to it, and hopefully I can help y'all understand where it is I'm coming from. Now, anyways, first thing you're going to need is, and don't worry about the level. You got eyeballs, you can tell, but is a post hole driver. It's basically a piece of pipe with a handle and a cap. Now, I've got a few here that I want to show you. The first one is, it's heavy. It'll drive a post on you because you got your hard dirt, you got your soft dirt. If you got soft dirt, you want to drive your post a little deeper. Try to find something that'll hold in the bottom. So I got this here heavy one. Let me see here. All right, that's the big one. That's the big gun. That's like your bazooka. And then I got this little one. This here's if you ain't strong or you what's oh my goodness my string's hanging in my kisser. Anyways, light duty. You know, if you've got easy ground, maybe a little gardening fence or something of that nature. But what we driving in is some pretty hard dirt. Now, it's soft as ice cream in the wintertime because the water get in there. But in the summer, oh, way, I tell you what, it is hard as a rock. And I got bedrock, which is a bunch of the rocks that grouped together. So what I did was I took myself a large masonry bit, that's for drilling in the concrete, hooked it up to the big one, the big drill, the big half-inch. Boy, I tell you what, you let go of that some gun, it'll tear your arm right off. But now, if you ain't got no money, sometimes you just got to make your own post hole driver. So what I did was some time back, yosh, boy, that's heavy, is I went ahead and I welded up an end piece, took a piece of steel, put a weld around it, made it solid. And I took a couple of them horseshoes that my horse done thrown some time ago, and I welded onto a piece of pipe. Now, that's a post hole driver. But since then, I've come across a couple. But anyways, now, another thing you might need if you're going to what you looking at? Anyways, what you might need is a post hole puller. Now, this thing works sometimes. Usually, you want to use one of them big high lift jacks and put a chain around it. But anyways, we'll get to that some other time. So let me show you what we got going here. So what we doing is this fence be falling apart. And I told you now that it's a pin for the mama and the baby. So we coming out about 16 inches, and we're gonna drive some new posts. Now you see here, I took that there, that's the big one right there, and I drilled some holes, filled them with water, and drilled it again. About 18 inches ought to do. And I'm going every 10 feet. 8 feet's usually what I do, but we're running short on product, so we're going to go with 10 feet. So we got 1, 2, that'd be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I got 88 feet from the opening of the corral door or the pen to where the gate open and close. That's so if I just don't want no company, I just shut that gate, put a lock on it, ain't nobody coming in. Yes, I got a couple German Shepherds scared up by Jesus out of you, boy. They bark. You'd think they were tigers. Bengal. Anyways, back to the project. So I got the holes drilled. I filled them with some water. The water doesn't soak into the earth, so it's nice and soft. And I'm going to drive them posts in there and try to keep them straight. Now, I wonder what trick that you can use. Now, I'm doing it backwards. But when you put your post in there, right here, you put your boot against this, because sometimes it won't twist. Everything got a twist in it. Life got a twist. But it'll start to twist. So you put your boot on one side, put your boot on the other. You get that. Once that triangle there gets into the earth, she's going to drive straight. But then it's up to you. So you ain't got to post leaning north, west, south, or east. That don't make no sense. It would never eat sour worms. North, south, east, and west. There you go. That's American. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in the hole. We're going backwards because I'm going to put the fence. Here's the lesson for the day. Now, you got to take into consideration that a horse, a cow, or a water buffalo, whatever it is you may have in your yard, sometimes it's a big old mother-in-law. and you wants to keep her in, you put the fence on the inside, so when they push against it, they're pushing against the post and not the materials, like maybe you got a wooden fence. The materials, maybe the nail or the screw or the wire holding the fence together. You want them to push against the post instead of against the fence itself, because then that's, over time, that's going to push the screw or the nail or bust up your wire. Boy, I'll tell you what, I went down and bought a roll of that baling wire, is what I used to call it. Now they call it concrete wire or some nonsense. As thick, heck no, it ain't thick. It's thin as thread. I couldn't believe it. I remember back in the day bucking hay when I was a youngin', and they still wrapped the wire around the hay bales, and it was thick. It like an 8-penny nail. You couldn't bend the stuff with 2 feet. Or 2 hands with 2 feet, unless you a monkey. Anyways, so that's where we's at. We're going to drive these posts in. Let's see how straight I can get them. And once we're done with that, I think I'm gonna take the old woman out. We're gonna get ourselves a bite to eat. We just kind of by ourselves today in the house, and it's real nice. It's real nice. It's clean too. Shoot. Ain't nothing worse than a dirty house. Boy, I'll tell you what, you work all day, walk inside a house, and it look worse than the dirty boots you're wearing. That's depressing right there. I likes my bed made too. I tries to make it every day after I gets up. But we'll cover things like that later on in the episodes. So right now, lesson for the day. Put the material of the fence on the inside, so when they push against it, they don't push the fencing out and bust it up and get loose. Boy, I got horses get loose all the time. They like who's that fancy guy that escaped out of the box that went Houdini. There he is. Yeah, that foreign guy that used to break out of the handcuffs in the box underwater. Boy, that's scary stuff right there. That ain't American. Okay, so with that, thanks for watching, and we'll keep you posted. Thank you very much. This is Daryl Ray. See you in a bit. Thanks, y'all. Yee! Oh, shoot. Earl! Come pick this up.